So many of you say that you don't have time for a garden. If you didn't already know, on a farm or a homestead, you're juggling a lot of things at once. If you manage it well, you can be really successful. But if you don't, you just end up exhausted, overwhelmed, and that's when a lot of people just quit. So today I want to share with you some of my secrets. Here's what I do when I don't have time to manage a garden. This video should help, even if you can only implement a few of these tips. Now, I've already said I don't have time to waste, so I stopped trying to do everything the hard way and started figuring out how to make it work. I try to take advantage of the small bits of time that I do have, because I do love my garden. And over time, I've turned this into what I'd call a livable garden, something that fits into my life instead of taking it over. I'm not doing everything perfectly. I'm just doing it in my own sweet time and setting things up so that it actually works. I used to think a good garden meant hard work, but now I know it doesn't have to be. If you set things up to be easier from the start, you'll be shocked how much easier your garden becomes if you implement some of these changes. The first change I made several years ago was that now I use landscape fabric. There are more natural choices, and it's not perfect, but it saves me time. And I think the black material helps to warm up the soil in the spring so I can get an earlier start. Soaker hoses. The second change that made a huge difference for me was when I started using soaker hoses. These make watering a breeze once they're in place. They're easier than using drip irrigation, and I just turn one knob and all my plants get watered. It's that easy. It also waters from underneath, which is a big deal for plants when they get powdery mildew or other diseases. Another change that I made is the row length. Last year when my husband was leveling the garden, I had him size all my rows to match the hoses, about 25 feet, so everything fits and everything gets watered. No overwet places in the paths and no plants that get missed. If there's a hose laid down, it gets watered. And the layout is important. My garden's set up so I'm not dragging hoses all over the place all summer long. Mulch is one of the next things that I implemented in my garden. Mulch holds moisture, blocks weeds, and builds soil. The worms and the mycorrhizal fungi love it. So I mulch everything. I've used grass clippings, leaves, straw, and wood chips. I was able to get several loads of wood chips when tree trimmers were in our area, and it didn't cost a thing. Okay, a couple more things. The first is location. My garden is close to the house, so it's easy to check, harvest, and manage my plants. I'm out here frequently because it's convenient. If you have a sunny area near your house, consider putting your garden there. And even though I lost topsoil when we leveled the garden last year, now that I've amended it, I really love it. Smooth paths make harvesting so much faster and easier, and I love sharing my garden. I don't worry as much when my mother-in-law or aunt come to my garden. I used to really be concerned that they would fall, and now I'm happy to have them here sharing everything that I grow. All of these things together make this a garden that works even when I'm busy. Now this next part is what really changed things for me, because it's one thing to grow food, it's another to actually use it. Some things in the garden are obviously useful in more ways than one, like potatoes or tomatoes. But there are a lot of other things that I grow because they serve more than one purpose. Marigolds, for example, are beautiful, but they also provide pest control and seeds, and even feed in the winter for the chickens. Sweet potatoes are another example. They are delicious, but the vines can get overwhelming and grow into my paths. So we use them for food, just like spinach. It's actually nutritious and it tastes great. We can also feed it to the chickens. They love it too. And when I grow sweet corn, the cows get the stalks. We'll cut them up into manageable pieces and they'll come running. Oh, and our pumpkins, they provide fall decor, pies, and a treat for our dogs. But we also store some for chicken feed during the winter. And we also save the seeds to eat or replant. But here's my favorite part, my flowers. A garden wouldn't be complete without flowers. The echinacea, chamomile, and rudbeckia are beautiful in the summertime. And then I dry them out for tea that I can use all winter long. And a lot of these flowers are perennials that come back every year, so I'm not starting over. When things serve more than one purpose, everything becomes more efficient. My garden isn't just about producing food, it's a place I actually enjoy being. I've added a swing because flowers make it feel more inviting and should be enjoyed. In the mornings, even a quick walk through helps to improve my mood and get me motivated. In the evenings, I'll sit out here and just enjoy the sunset and rest. So it's not about having a lot of time. It's about making the most of the time that I do have. I'm not building a garden that I have to keep up with, and it's not picture perfect. But I'm building a place that I actually want to be. What I've done here is set things up to be easier to take care of, easier to harvest, and easier to actually use. And because of that, it's also a place I enjoy being. And if easy gardening, growing things you'll actually use in a beautiful setting, is something you're working towards too, I'd love to have you follow along. I've been doing this a long time. I share what actually works and what's worth your time. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Oh, and one more thing. I hope to see you again soon.